Hey guys, Albert here with Tesla Paladin. We've all heard about Tesla's upcoming battery day, Maxwell dry electrode, single crystal, million mile battery, and all that. And the million mile battery and the battery improvements will make a large difference in cost and performance. But one thing being overlooked is everything that goes into Teslas that make them so great. For example, when Porsche put a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack in their vehicle, they got 200 miles. When Tesla put it in their vehicle, they get 400 miles. So why this huge difference? That's all the stuff that goes into the Tesla, the wiring, the motors, the power electronics, everything, power management that makes Teslas so good. This is one of Tesla's core advantages. So when they were showcasing this brand new, wonderful million mile battery and all the benefits it has, how are they going to show it off? They're going to show it off with Tesla Plaid Model S and Model X. The fruition of Project Palladium was bringing about the Plaid mode Tesla Model S and X. And just like we see some big advancements in non-battery stuff, like the heat pump coming out for the Y, making it a lot more efficient, and now all vehicles will be getting this new octavalve and heat pump, the Model S and X Plaid mode will have several other big advancements. One of those being Tesla ditching the CAN bus wiring architecture and going to Ethernet. What is CAN bus? CAN bus stands for Control Area Network Bus. This is how the Tesla computers and sensors all communicate and talk to each other. This was developed in the 80s, and it was okay for low data rate, and it's pretty inefficient. But switching to Ethernet, you have several orders of magnitude higher data throughput, as well as you can do power over Ethernet. That is right, you don't need separate lines for the information, and for the power, you can send the signal over the power line. Another huge thing that's going to make all the difference in the world, the most important thing, is Tesla for the Model S and Model X Plaid mode will be switching to a 48 volt architecture. This is huge because of the power equation. P equals IV. P being power in watts, I being current in amperes, and V being volts in, well, voltage. If we want to hold the power the same, because the device is still requires the same amount of power, but by increasing the voltage by 4 times from 12 volts to 48 volts, you have to decrease the current by 80%. Otherwise, the power will change. The voltage multiplied by the current has to equal the same power. So the voltage goes up, the current has to come down. Well, what's so big about making the current come down? Well, the current determines the conductor size, how thick the wires are. A larger current needs thicker wires. So if you can reduce the current by 80%, you can reduce the cross-sectional area of the wires by the conductors by 80%. This means you're going to have roughly an 80% reduction in the third heaviest component in the vehicle, the wiring harness. Granted, it won't be all the wiring harness, but this will be a large part of the wiring harness. This will result in actually some increases in range. This will be due to the reduced weight, but also increases in range due to the reduced resistivity that you get from having a lower current. This combined with reduced weight will also make it cheaper because less wiring, less copper is used, less being used. Also, this will be simpler and easier for manufacturing to make. This is hugely important, and look at this for being the major update that isn't the battery. They will use a 48 volt architecture with power over Ethernet, and they'll be the first ones in the industry that I'm aware of to do this. Alright guys, that's all for today. If you like the video, please slap that like button, and if you want to see more of this content and technology deep dives into Tesla's technology, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Adalbert, out.